Hello, welcome to day 3 of Rise and Shine workshop. Today is Wednesday, September 15th. In case this is the first time you are seeing these videos, my name is Elisa Cabrera. I am a healthy living coach and a stay-at-home mom. I have always had trouble with being productive and organized and with getting things done. And I've been on this journey for quite some time now to improve that. So I want to do what I can and share what I can with you to be able to help you out. I was always what I call a chronic snoozer. I have mentioned before that my alarm would be set for 7 a.m., but I would not end up getting up till 9 a.m., even after my son was born. And I thought that this was normal. People are tired, we have a lot of things going on, and we need a fair amount of warning that we need to get up, right? So what I would do is I would end up setting my alarm for 5 a.m. and I would not get up till 7:30, or I would set my alarm for 5 a.m. to be able to get up at 7:30. And my poor dear husband is the one who ends up waking up way too early instead of me. And then eventually our baby, who was sleeping in the same room as us, caught on and became more aware of sounds. So this became a real problem. Not only that, but I always woke up feeling really exhausted, no matter how many hours I sleep. It seemed like it was never enough at all. So I did my research. I came across this book that talks about what snoozing does to your brain, what snoozing does to your sleep cycle, and it stuck with me. So we're going to talk about this in a little bit. But I searched and I found some tools that have helped me get up as soon as my alarm goes off. It's made a huge difference for me, and this is what I'm going to share with you today. Yesterday, we talked about how a successful morning routine actually starts the evening before. So the reason your evening impacts your morning, my top tips to priming your evening for your morning routine, and how to make the transition to earlier mornings easier. So if you want to know more information about that, or you want to watch the video, you can take a look at the email that I sent you today, and they should all be linked. All the past videos should be linked at the bottom of the email. So for today, I'm going to share with you 5 tips to avoid the snooze trap. So why it starts with intention, how to get out of if you're stuck in the snooze loop, how to trick your brain into getting up before it even knows what's happening. A lot of people don't think that hitting the snooze button once or twice is a problem, but that once or twice every morning can become a habit that leads you down that rabbit hole of snooze button hitting for hours. Just like me, you can get desensitized to time as well. And then whatever else you need to be setting an alarm for example, if you're setting an alarm for appointments, and this has happened to me time and time again, so many times, where I would set an alarm for appointments because I need to get out of the door by that time, and I would just snooze it or dismiss it and not even react to it. It kind of becomes a habit to hit the snooze button or dismiss it without even thinking about what the alarm is there for. So as a result, we lose track of time and we can be late, or I don't know, whatever we have an alarm for, our medications, for example. So this can be a problem. So with that being said, hitting the snooze button is not a good habit to develop. It can be for some instances, maybe, like, I'm not sure. I don't even know what for, but mornings for sure, it's not. So why does it matter? Snoozing messes with your sleep cycle, hence the feeling of grogginess and tiredness and crankiness in the morning. Let's talk about the stages of your sleep cycle that helps you and your brain feel well rested, because you might be able to understand a little bit better why it's not a good habit. So as soon as you doze off at night, you're in this light sleep cycle. Your heart rate slows and your body temperature goes down. And then after this stage comes the deep sleep. This is a stage where your body is regenerating muscles, regenerating cells, growing tissue, and strengthening your immune system. And then after deep sleep comes REM sleep. REM sleep stands for rapid eye movement. This is when your brain is active and you are dreaming. This stage is really important because it's highly restorative for your brain. You need a fair amount of it to feel well rested in the morning. So this happens about an hour and a half after you first fall asleep. So the light sleep and the deep sleep happens for about an hour and a half, and then it happens several times throughout the night. It's like that cycle repeats several times throughout the night. Like, you know, when you wake up and you tell someone that you had 10 dreams last night, this is what's happening. When your alarm goes off, it's usually around the end of a cycle, at the end of your REM cycle. So when you hit the snooze button and then you go back to sleep for maybe 10 minutes, you get right back into a new REM cycle. And then when your alarm goes off again and you actually get up, you've pulled yourself out of a new phase of REM, which could leave you feeling groggy for hours because you forced yourself out of that deep, deep sleep. Your body doesn't get to complete that cycle. This is why you feel tired and groggy in the morning, and it could take hours for you to shake that feeling off as well. So avoiding the snooze trap is important for your mornings because this can be a big reason why you are feeling cranky and groggy and sluggish and you just want to go back to sleep. And that feeling of exhaustion can stay with you throughout the day, which affects your productivity, which is what we are trying to accomplish, right? We want to tackle things in the morning so that you can have a better and more productive day ahead. You don't want to be tired all the time throughout the day because that can really affect your patience as well. It can affect anyone's patience being so exhausted. I know that when I was snoozing for 2 hours, it affected both me and my husband's patience, of course. So I started doing silent alarms by setting alarms on my smartwatch that goes off every 10 minutes for an hour and a half. I only set it for an hour and a half because I couldn't do any more than that. My watch didn't have the capacity for 1 million alarms like I wanted it to have. And so that worked for a while, but it still didn't change the way that I was feeling throughout the day. So I found several ways to stop hitting the snooze button, which I'll get to in a little bit, but it's really changed the way that I feel in the morning. Yes, maybe I do need a minute or two to fully wake up and be functional, but still it's improved, and that's what matters. Your mornings are going to be so much better when you wake up to your first alarm. You're going to be more alert, and then even mentally, you will feel the effects of breaking through those mental barriers that you thought you had. When you accomplish something for the first time, it opens you up to more possibilities of what else you are going to be able to accomplish, right? When you wake up earlier for that first time, you might want to wake up earlier the next time because you know that you can actually do it. So let's break down my tips for, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Let's break down my tips for avoiding the snooze trap or getting out of the snooze trap. Stopping the snooze trap starts with intention. We have to think about what we are getting up for. What is in our morning routine that we're actually looking forward to? Why do you want to have a morning routine? What will you accomplish with a sharper mind? Or what do you want to accomplish? And continuing to repeat to yourself intentionally also what time you want to get up. They say that what you tell yourself or what you think about before you sleep will be what you think about when you wake up. So waking up earlier and then not hitting the snooze button, it's a choice that you can make. You can choose to set an intention for the morning as part of your evening routine, right? We have to remember that it's a choice, and it is a choice not to be a slave to the snooze button if we know that we have things that we need to do. But of course, working your way towards it slowly, baby steps, right? Just small steps until you get there. Speaking of choices, if you are here, you are probably making the choice to start working towards this journey for a better morning and a productive day overall. So where do you begin when you are stuck in the snooze loop? I want to introduce you to two of my favorite apps of all time when it comes to waking up. Alarmy and Sleep Cycle. So first of all, I want to talk about Alarmy. These are both free to use, by the way. Alarmy is an app that will give you challenges to do in order to dismiss your alarm. I have to warn you that it can be pretty irritating sometimes, and sometimes I have wanted to throw my phone across the room, but that just means it's working, right? The challenges that they give you include a memory game where there are 3x3 boxes and you just pick, they show you a pattern and then you remember it and then you just repeat it. And then there's also picture taking. I like to take a picture of my bathroom sink. So as soon as my first alarm goes off, I have to physically get up out of bed, walk to the bathroom and take a picture of my bathroom sink. I am already there anyways, so I might as well wash my face and brush my teeth. This is highly, highly effective. You can also do a shaking one where you just shake your phone and it will dismiss the alarm. Math problems are another one of my favorites too. it will give you math problems. You can adjust the level of difficulty and how many math problems you actually solve before your alarm turns off. And you can also scan a QR code or a barcode around your house, whatever is there permanently. Because if it's a cereal box or something, I have made this mistake before where I set it to a cereal box barcode and then we got rid of that cereal box. That was not pretty. So these challenges require you to either use that part of your brain that isn't awake in order to solve it, or require you to physically move and get blood pumping through your veins. Some of the paid features involve you doing squats or taking a certain number of steps or typing a paragraph or a sentence, for example, to be able to dismiss the alarm. And the second app that I want to talk about is Sleep Cycle. Sleep Cycle is more of a sleep tracking app, but it's an app that needs to stay on also while your phone is right next to you. So this might not work for you if you don't like to have electronics in the room, or if you don't like to have your phone beside you when you sleep, but it essentially tracks your sleep cycles and your sleep patterns throughout the night. It can track when you are in deep sleep or in light sleep, and then when you set it to go off in the morning, it will gently wake you up when your cycle is in light sleep. So this will allow you to actually slowly wake up in time for your actual alarm to go off. Now, just a bit of a disclaimer, if you set your wake up window to wake up at 30 minutes, it does promote snoozing a little bit, but you can also set it for the window where it will wake you up slowly for 15 minutes. I believe there might be something shorter, like 5 minutes. I have to check. So if you're going to start your journey to breaking the snooze habit, this would be a great place to start for you. Having these two work together will really help you get out of the trap as well. I would normally have it wake me up for 15 minutes. And then as soon as the final alarm goes off, I would also have Alarmy go off simultaneously as well. So I have to turn off all of those alarms and then get all of those alarms and then get up right away. Aside from these two amazing apps, here are other tips for you to try. Brush your teeth right away. So preferably with your non-dominant hand. It forces your brain to wake up to work. I didn't actually know about this trick until recently, so I tried it and yeah, it works. So try it tomorrow if you haven't tried it already. Drink a glass of water. It could be warm or cold, doesn't matter. But drinking the glass of water is going to help your system to get started up again. It's been on sleep mode for several hours. It's dehydrated, so this will help by getting your organs functioning again. You're going to feel more awake. Get dressed or jump in the shower. I do this every morning. I don't like to shower in the morning. I shower at night, but I get dressed every morning in my workout clothes. My workout clothes are not as comfy as my pajamas, so it definitely puts me in the mood to actually start moving. It could also be your workout clothes. Even if you're working from home, it is really helpful. My husband does this as well. Or even if you're not going to go for another couple of hours, it is still helpful. It's going to help to put you in the right mood, put you in the right headspace to just get your day started. You can also make your bed right away. When you make your bed right away, you're going to be less tempted to mess it up again, because when it's all nice and pretty, who wants to mess that up? I know that it's true for me, but not only that, but when you accomplish a small win first thing in the morning, you're going to be motivated to keep going. Making your bed first thing in the morning is considered a small win. So accomplishing this small win first thing in the morning is going to help you feel more motivated, feel more awake, and just keep the momentum going. All of these tips, they trick your brain into waking up before you are even awake. Having your body move and your brain fire up is key to actually feeling awake, being awake, and staying awake. Because if you just move your hand to turn off the alarm, you might not even know that you did that. Or you might be awake, but you might just be rolling around in bed scrolling social media because it is really tempting. But for today, I want to challenge you to download one of these apps or to try one of these tricks, these tips, and start using them and see how you feel with your current wake up time. You can start with a simple challenge with Alarmy as well, or you could start with setting sleep cycle to the time that you normally wake up right now. Doesn't matter. Just give it a try, message me, and then let me know when you do that. I would love to hear how it went. So for tomorrow, you're not going to want to miss this one as well, because it's going to be about the meat of your mornings, like what actually goes into your mornings. What to do once you're up and how to make the most of it, the 3 phases to master your mornings, and how to make the most of it for your lifestyle, and what to do when you are short on time, because it happens sometimes, right? But there are ways around it. As usual, if you have any thoughts, comments, or questions, please feel free to send me a message or an email. I would love to chat with you about them. Have an amazing evening. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.